Well, on the line then, joining us, in fact, via Skype from Abuja for reaction coming from Nigeria is our correspondent there in Abuja. Very good afternoon to you, Phil Ihaza. Thank you for being with us this afternoon. I mean, it would be interesting to know where Nigerians sort of stand when it comes to a leader for the U.S., especially given the fact that very many Nigerians kind of move to the U.S. at some stage in their lives. This is a significant election for people in Nigeria. And what are you hearing? What are people saying?
Well, thank you very much. At the moment on the streets, when you go out, you really don't find that euphoria of people talking about the U.S. elections that much. People are just, about the business, trying to, make ends meet as it's been, on a daily basis. But where you find a lot of conversation going on about the U.S. elections is mostly online on several social media pages where people are sharing their views. You find most of the learned people of the society as well sharing the views, and some people supporting either of the candidates, whether it's the Democratic candidate or the Republican. And so that's actually where the excitement, the conversation, the arguments and suggestions are all ongoing, especially on the social media pages in Nigeria. And the social media has been one of the major forms of expression by most Nigerians in these recent days.
And really, what have you observed as you take a look at social media? I was going to say to you, there is no way that people in Nigeria aren't necessarily interested. If I look at what we call Nigerian Twitter, I have seen quite a bit of interest in these elections. What are you picking up as you kind of look at social media and observe really what people there that are quite active saying about these elections? I would imagine as many countries are kind of leaning more towards Joe Biden. We know that a lot of people have this idea that Joe Biden victory is reminiscent or reminds them really of Obama, and I wonder if that's the case in Nigeria too.
Well, at the moment, there's a school of thought, from a quarter or some part of the people of Nigerian citizens on social media supporting, of course, the Democratic candidate Joe Biden, saying that in the past 4 years, they've seen quite a number of restrictions on especially immigration policies from the current administration led by Republican and ruling party, that's President Donald Trump. And so you find those quarter of people trying to or hoping that Joe Biden wins, although from the look of things none of the candidates have come out expressively to say what exactly they're going to do with regards to their policies, immigration policies in Africa. But people are beginning to say that the past 4 years have seen some of the strictest policies when it comes to immigration, when it comes to family immigrating to the US. And so you find a lot of people having that school of thought. There are also others who are supporting the Donald Trump policy, saying that quite a number of policies have actually encouraged more people that are serious about their religion and all of that. So it's just conflicting views. Some people say one of the candidates do not support the Black Lives Matter movement and all of that. So it's really a mixed reaction that you find on social media with regards to both candidates.
I've been hearing throughout the day and watching a lot of people discussing, the economy, and there's been a lot of comment about, what a Trump win means for the economy. I've heard a lot of talk about the South African economy. Of course, Trump is seen to be very pro-business, and that a lot of business leaders would definitely lean towards a Trump presidency. And I just wonder, in terms of Nigeria, do we have any kind of, indication really what, a Trump win would mean for the Nigerian economy, or do you feel that or is there a sense that it doesn't really make much of a difference?
Well, I think with regards to the economy, of course, we know that the U.S. is a world power, and whoever wins the presidential election will definitely have an impact on not just Nigeria's economy and global economy. When you talk about imports and exports, experts have said that the U.S., of course, would want, the imports from the country, or rather exports from U.S. to Nigeria to increase. And of course, Nigerians here, experts in Nigeria, will be hoping that exports from here as well increase. Just bilateral trade, really, we've seen in the past 4 years that has also increased to a large extent, in spite of interest from other countries like China, UK, Europe, other countries in Europe. So for the economy, of course, people will be hoping that whether or not any candidate wins, whether Joe Biden or Trump, that the economic exchange between both countries will not be halted, will not be affected to a large extent. So the economic argument really still has to do with the body language. I mean, just one body language from the winner can decide the stock market, for example, for that day. So it's really something that people are hopeful to see. They're also monitoring that trend, and hopefully in the next couple of hours, I'm sure that those doubts will be clarified.
All right, Phil Ihaza, thank you very much for that, talking to us from Abuja in Nigeria. We stay on the continent to get more reaction then regarding what other countries in Africa are thinking about these elections. Who is Africa rooting for in the U.S. presidential elections is the question. Well, opinion is divided on who is best for the continent. U.S. Africa relations experts, however, say that a Joe